Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Going into our number 2. Neil, Jen, and Jeff. Go ahead.
Okay, so... no. What is your new character's name, Jeff?
Wojtek.
Wojtek. Wojtek, you now have this... What's your hotness?
Shit, I don't even know.
Wasn't it like a 13 or something like that?
I think I have it somewhere. It was
That
like
sounds about right.
13 or 14? 14?
I think it was a 13.
Okay. I didn't remember if this was your character that had 17 hotness as well. I didn't know if you guys were like the hot couple on the horse riding across the beach during sunset or
Just
or
me,
what.
no.
I don't have my hotness on there.
14 is what Chad is saying.
Okay,
And Circuit Smith is 14. Yeah, it's 14.
Yeah.
Circuit
Okay.
Smith confirms.
So, all right. Well, that imagery is gone. Anyway, so the
14 is
Wojtek-
good.
Yeah, 14 is great, but it's not 17. You know.
Yeah.
The two of you ride back to your keep on your side of the river, whose name is Mezinga, Fort Mezinga. And what do you want to do with her now that you have her?
Well, describe the scene over the bridge for me before.
Okay. So you ride back across this golden span for a mile or so. You can hear the sounds of war behind you as steel clashes on steel, and horses are screaming in pain and people are dying. But you make it back to Mezinga without any problems. The castle gates are wide open. The white stone of the keep kind of glistens as you arrive. The portcullis is pulled open, and you guys pull inside, surrounded by footmen and spellcasters, clerics, healers, stable boys, all sorts of people. This is the forefront of the war. This is these two forts are the center of the battle. Like, this is the only bridge to cross. So this is kind of where everything takes place. So it's just a chaotic situation around you with all sorts of people yelling orders and trying to get shit done that doesn't get done. Frankly, the war effort has not been going well for your side. It's been slowly turning into a war of attrition, and at the rate that orcs and goblins and kobolds breed, your side has been slowly losing the war of the last 50 years.
Okay.
Leadership has gotten desperate, and you're not sure how much longer your team can last. But at Fort Mezinga, things are still strong. The center of the keep is pretty much open, but there are offices along the sides. The creators have decided to, decentralize headquarters in order to prevent attacks from enemies and blah, 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 blah. It's a very unusual build for a castle. But you arrive, and you see your commanding officer standing in front of you, arms on his hips, or hands on his hips, saying, "Well, who the hell is this?"
I say, "I," and I step off my horse, and I offer my hand to Leia again to help her down.
Mm-hmm.
I take his hand.
And as you take my
Hold
hand...
on to it a little bit too long.
Okay. He grips your hand strong, looks you in the eye with his one good, crystal, beautiful, gorgeous blue eye, and casts command. Do I have to roll for that, Neil?
No,
She has
but
to
Leia
save
needs
for
a
it.
saving throw.
Roll for save.
Saving throw versus spell, Leia.
13.
I think that's a pass.
That is a pass.
Well, I don't know that. I say, you'll tell me the truth. What are you doing here?
So hold on, real quick. Command is just one word, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Truth.
You
But-
fucked it up.
But
No, I'm just,
to be
I'm
fair,
just
I
letting
did
Jeff
not.
know because I've done that
Yeah.
before.
I didn't get Jeff his spells until literally
Yeah.
it became my time to do my own what's been happening this last week. So
I'll get better. It's fine. It fails, but she passes.
this is my fault, guys. This is my fault. Jeff not knowing his spells. I take full
I
responsibility.
just think part of the fun of playing the priest is thinking of that one perfect word, and so I just wanted to let him know.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, Ryan's so salty. Jesus Christ. Tone it down, all right? I'll get better. My God. I say that anyways. Go ahead, Jen.
I say I am here to bring forth the baby of the prophecy, and I am here to help you win the war and rid Verasi of the lands.
You have a baby?
The
Baby
man
of
who,
the prophecy.
the officer who had his hands on his hips, kind of, huh? They slide, and he gets, he turns his head and goes, "What treachery is this?" As he starts to pull his sword from its sheath. "Bring me the babe," he says.
I show him the baby.
He
Take
pulls
it
back
easy, Peter.
the cloth,
Take it easy, all right? She ran to our side. She surrendered. God damn it.
Grabs
Jackson
the-
Will Rove.
grabs the child's arm, kind of a little bit roughly, actually. Whoops, that should have been all the way off.
Lots flagged. I'm joking.
And says, "Well, give it here," he says, and kind of reaches to take the baby from you.
Be gentle, for Christ's sake. It's a baby.
What he said. I give him a big smile.
Okay. He takes the baby and motions with his head for you guys to follow him. We're just going to fast forward through this part because it's going to be a lot of exposition and very little character interaction. So, more or less, you guys, the three of you go into the keep, and he brings the child before the commanding officer, who is General Longborn.
By the way, Neil, I noticed that Leah's all fucked up, and as we're
Oh,
walking,
badly wounded.
my hand on her lower back, I lean in and say, I was trying to think of how I was going to do this. Well, I'm going to cast Cure Moderate Wounds, but the way I cast Heal is I give a kiss. So I'm going to kiss her on the cheek.
So you rub her lower back, lean in, whisper
No,
some
not a
magic
rub.
words.
Don't be
and-
creepy Neil uncle. It's
That was
like-
not creepy. That was
hand
not
on the lower
creepy. It
back.
was delicate. It was.
I didn't hear anything about a rub from Jeff. Though.
Yeah,
there's
rub
no
is
rub.
actually.
Your hand, You
yeah.
rest
don't
your
rub
hand on her lower
man.
back.
Yes, exactly.
Whisper some words of magic as you kiss her on the cheek, and healing flows throughout her. Cure moderate
What is
wounds is D10 plus 1 HP.
Well, that's great because it's her whole health basically. So
Yeah.
you're up to
7.
8 now.
Yeah, no, I'm at 8.
That's what you hear in your head, maybe.
Oh, I was hoping your character sings that.
I got another spell where I do something like that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Neil,
All
do
right.
I know that I've just received healing?
Yeah.
Right, I'm like, ooh, you're a cleric.
Been on the front lines for almost my whole life. I'm a war cleric.
War cleric it is. I'm a wizard.
Yeah. You're a pretty wizard.
Ooh, thank you. You are pretty handsome yourself.
Well, I know that. I'm fucking handsome as hell.
Indeed.
So you're
Okay.
brought before General Longboard. Baby is given over to him. He brings his sages and wizards and clerics to kind of confer and discuss. And after an hour-long meeting where the three of you are waiting outside, actually just the two of you are waiting outside, you are summoned in, and General Longbourn, sits at one end of this long kind of a banquet table. The two of you are standing before him, and he turns to Leia and says, "You have brought us the child of prophecy.
I did indeed.
Why?"
I want to rid Verasi of the lands. I have been serving them for a while, and I was tasked to track the baby and find a party that had caused some trouble. Found that they had the baby, and then decided that instead of reporting to the authorities, I would help the party help the baby.
You say this so casually, as if it's not the most important thing that it's ever happened in this world, when it really is. We owe you a great debt. Do you really realize the magnitude of your actions?
Yes, I do.
Well, thank you. The war has not been going well for us, as you undoubtedly know. And I think at this point, one of the guys next to him interrupts and slams his fist on a table and says, "She is one of them! She has been working with them this entire time. I don't care what we say about this baby. This is a trap. You cannot trust an agent of Verasi."
Look here, Sonny. With the one good eye that I've got, I saw her running away from their ugly bastards. turn a little bit New York there. It's gonna happen, guys.
Don't worry about it. Me and Ryan are still sweating the introduction, so
Yeah,
you're
they've asked us.
already in the clear.
If it's a trap, it's a trap where they gave us the frickin' baby, and then I mean that sounds like a stupid trap.
The general hushes the other guy and says, "Well, now, Ms. Leia, what do you hope to do now that you have delivered the baby to us? What are your intentions?"
I want to take down Verasi. Also, I would like the names of my fellow party members who died in this mission to be remembered.
There were more?
Yes, but they died. Victorian. Terry.
Did you say Victorian?
Does he have a name? A last name?
Victorian Black.
There's some exchanged glances, but no one says anything.
Tariq and Zenzel. Zesty Zenzel.
Do Tariq or Zanzel have last names?
Not as far as I know. Tariq was a Templar, and Zenzel was very zesty. Victorian
And-
Black.
How did these people die?
Fighting Verasi. They put up a small army to try to take us down, and they partially succeeded, but I decided to save the baby.
Okay. You relay the history of your endeavors to them. They sit back and listen, and it's a long discussion. Wojtek, you get a little restless because you're still standing the entire time she's talking. She tells the story, which takes 45 minutes or an hour. And at the end of it, they all kind of do the old man yes, conferring with each other and mumbling back and forth. And General Longborn kind of rises to his feet and puts his hands on the table, leans forward, and says, "Well, we owe you a great debt, and if you wish to help us continue this war, we would be grateful for your assistance."
I can definitely help you. I know the inner workings of the Verasi.
However, as our good friend here mentioned, you are not necessarily someone we can just trust right out of the door. That's why I would like to have my nephew, Wojtek, here.
It's Gate, I believe.
I would
Sorry.
like my nephew, Wojtek, here to keep an eye on you.
Oh, that's
The
very
two of
kind.
you seem to have a rapport already.
Keeping
Wojtek,
an
I know
eye on
you've been...
people is what I do. I only got one, anyways.
Anyway,
Uncle, it's fine. Yes, I'll do it. It's great.
okay, good. And down from people over, there's this grumpy dwarf with this long white beard and only one eyebrow and a scar that comes across where the other one should be. And he says, "We'll not be leaving her to the likes of your men. If we're going to have someone else here, it had best be a dwarf." And on the other side of the table, another man speaks up and says, "I don't necessarily trust the future of the world to the Longborns and to the dwarves. I would have one of my men assist as well."
You can have my axe.
Some people exchange glances, and he says, "Don't you use a Morning Star?"
Yes.
"Oh, shit, no. Hold on, no. Wojtek does use an axe, doesn't he?"
Yep.
Yeah.
I was
thought-
wondering why you gave the cleric pointy weapons, but we'll let it go.
Because he's a war cleric.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah,
distinction.
it's fine. It's legal.
Yeah. Okay. And there's some more discussion, and eventually General Longborn stands up and says, "Okay, you," he says, pointing to the dwarf, "Lord Emberstone, bring us one of your men. We shall form a party. And you, Lord Fasthorse," he says, shaking his head, "bring me one of your men too." And the guy who's
shall
been
do
called
that
Lord Fasthorse
immediately.
just kind of turns a little bit red and grumbles something under his breath. And you guys are dismissed. Half an hour later, while you're resting, there's some refreshments, some water, some wine, some bits of food, but it's not very good food. There's been a food shortage for the past few years. And a man is brought before you. A man who is just... Damn it, where did your character sheet go?
Up your butt and around the corner.
A 6-foot tall man with dark brown eyes and black hair, standing, with a very good posture and a kind of a pleasant but stern disposition, steps forward. He's got a bow strung across his back, and two, what do you call them? 2 quivers of arrows, one on his back, dangling from his right hip, a long sword on his left hip, and wearing some banded mail, which is kind of think Roman legionary sort of mail, except different colors on it. Approaches the two of you.
Roll for hotness.
Roll for hotness.
All right. What do I roll?
4d6d1.
Insta hotness. All right, here we go.
Ah! 11.
No.
You're now the new Victorian, you ugly bastard.
Yes.
He's a totally normal looking bastard. Thank you very
totally
much.
normal.
Yeah.
I'm 17. Get fucked.
This man, who has not identified himself yet, approaches and kind of gives you a bit of a nod and says, "I've been told to report to you by Lord Swiftwind."
My name is Eric Clapton.
So I approach the dwarf and Leia. And I say, my name is
Wait, the
Marius.
dwarf?
There's no dwarf yet.
Oh, just Leia?
Jeff's a human.
Leia and Jeff. Jeff is human.
Oh, I thought he was... Okay, sorry. My name is Marius Sagita. I was
Hello,
sent here
Marius.
by Lord Fast Horse And-
Swiftwind is his name.
Swiftwind.
Yeah. People were making fun of him and they call him the fastest.
All right, I'm not getting the subtext here, but Swiftwind.
Oh, God.
Dark
Yeah.
hair, you said? Describe yourself, Ryan.
Yeah, I will. So Neil did a pretty good job, but I'll redo it. So I have very short, low cut black hair, 6 feet. I'm sort of younger. My character's 22, so he's looking a bit younger. Pretty tanned, a pleasant yet stern disposition, a strong yet agile body. I'm a fighter that specializes with a bow, so I've got a bow across my back, a bunch of rope, of course, as well, strung across my shoulder.
And you're human?
Yes, I'm human.
In Spanish.
I'm not going to say that.
So you're an archer.
I am a fighter, but I am very skilled with this bow.
Well, that should be useful. Are we ready to go? What are we going to do? Do we have any orders?
At this point, another door bursts open on the other side of the hall.
And what walks in is a 4-foot tall, solid armor, wearing like 3/4 plate armor with a giant shield. You notice on the shield there's a red upside down like hammer. It's got a giant head to it, but it's got a pretty. It looks like a dwarven hammer, basically, like if you would imagine a Muradin or something like that from Warcraft 3. On a shield, it looks like a giant family crest on it. And the door is kind of in a corner. So as he walks in, he literally puts 1 foot down, and you see that he has to actually like turn on his foot and actually has to turn into it because he weighs, as you look a little bit closer, he's 4 foot, about 140. So he's kind of fucking big in terms of just being large. He almost doesn't fit in his armor. And he turns into the corner and he goes, wait, help, hello, hi, how's it going? He's got a mask on his helm.
Hi.
Or a mask on so he can't.
I can't really understand you with all that steel on your face.
He starts like wiggling his arms, and you see that he can't actually reach his mask, his helm, to like put it up. He's like,
I
can you please help? I can't.
yeah,
I
I
lean
like
into Leah and I say, "Watch this," and I cast command.
What do you say?
Cool. I cast command P.
Let's do a save real quick. That is a pass.
God damn it, you guys!
I just look at the dwarf waiting, and I'm like,
We all do. We're just staring at this.
So you look
meat.
at this thing and like you go pee, and I look and the dwarf looks back. He's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna pee. What are you? If I was gonna piss, I'd be. Can you help me with the helmet?"
I whispered away like,
I do it. I open the helmet for him.
absolutely nothing happened there. Just meet this fellow. He seems like a nice chap.
As you open the helmet up, you see that it's a dwarven face, obviously there to meet you. He's got red, bushy eyebrows, no beard of any type at all. He's completely clean shaven. I suppose I need to roll for hotness at this point. His hair looks really unkept, and so does. It's not. I wouldn't say clean shaven. It's more like patchy, as if he just hasn't. Like
You feel free to declare a hotness lower than average if you so desire.
yeah, I'll just say he's of 9 hotness. I'll just declare it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just want to declare low hotnesses, that's fine. It's
I
the
mean,
high
I'll
ones
roll.
that I'm
I'll
making
roll
roll.
it too, but let's see.
Yeah,
I think I cheated, by the way. You
I
can only do one
declare
spell
low
per
hotness.
thing,
I
right?
don't want high hotness.
Right.
I rolled a 12. I'm okay with the 12. I'll take the 12.
Okay.
That's average.
In the future reference, I can only if I have command, I can only use it once, right?
Right, unless you memorize it multiple times per day. Yeah.
Yeah, so no beard, and he looks at like the three of you. You can see him just like slowly turning his head to the three of you. He doesn't recognize anyone. He's like, yes, hello. My name's Jasper, and Lord Emberstone has sent me to help. I'm here to escort the babe. Is he here, by the way?
Experience on the front line.
Well, I have fought in wars, yes, before. Not front line. Yes, I've been there before.
Why in the absolute fuck do you not have a beard?
Well, I can't. It's kind of personal, but I'll answer. I can't grow one.
You and I are going to be fast friends, friend. I'll share something with you. I'm missing an eye.
I can see that.
No, you can't. There could have been an eye.
No, I
behind
have
the
2
picture,
eyes.
but
I could see much better.
I could have had an eye. I flip it up and it's just like a hollowed out
See?
fucking.
That's 1 eye. That's 1 eye.
Yes. Now we're good friends. Okay.
Yes. And do you know where we're going? Does anyone know where we're going? They didn't tell me that. They just told me to come here.
No, nobody told us where to
We're
go.
supposed to
at all.
take the ring to the mountain of doom.
I've heard that one before. I don't believe that's true.
I turn towards Leia. It would appear that we were told to report to you.
Yes?
Do you know where we are going?
Well, I feel like I need to talk to the Longboard Kingdom because they have the right assessments of where the war is right now.
It's you cross the bridge, lady. right?
Well, yes, but where we should strike is the question.
The
Easy.
doors in front of you guys open because you're kind of in this refreshing room area. It's like a parlor, but for a war zone. One of the doors opens, and a man walks in front. He looks like a soldier or a guard of sorts. He's got a long, flowing red cloak behind him, plate mail from head to toe that is intricately carved. It looks ceremonial, almost like this is the honor guard that surrounds a king, basically. And steps forward, scouts out the room. Kind of draws his sword and then rests it point down in the ground. What's your name? Wojtek, you would have seen this man many times as one of your uncle's bodyguards. And behind him comes General Longborn or King Longborn or whatever. Both names work to him depending on the situation. In this situation, he would be General. In a more formal situation, he'd be King.
He walks in.
He walks in.
I immediately go on one knee and bow to him as he comes in the room.
Anyone else?
Yeah,
I
same
don't-
here.
I'll do the same.
I
You
stay
don't,
back.
Leah?
No.
I
Okay.
grab
I don't
the
know.
back of your I grab the back of your knee and push in.
I
The-
go on one knee.
Okay, you guys drop to one knee, some of you not so willingly. The king stands there for a moment and gives you the raise signal with his hands, and you all stand up and he says,
I can't. I'm just like,
I go over to him and help him up. as I
no,
notice
yeah,
he's
thank
wedged
you.
down.
Thank you. Sorry about that, sir.
desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. He says,
I
shaking
lean
his
in
head
and
up
say,
the
"You are
floor.
fucking hilarious."
To me, or
Yes.
I just look back and go, shh, shh, like out of one side of my mouth.
Do I know that this is the king, Neal?
You kind of get that impression based on the people kneeling, but you've never seen him yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you saw him earlier, but he was only introduced as the general. You actually wouldn't realize that he's the king yet, probably. He says, "Well, it isn't my favorite band of misadventurers. Each of you with your own problematic histories, and each of you with your specializations that make you too valuable to cast aside. I think you are the perfect band of miscreants to do what we need done."
What is that, sir?
Some spellcasters of sorts under the employ of Rossi have been... I don't know the technical aspects of this, but my great sage tells me that they have been opening interdimensional portals, or pan-dimensional portals. The truth is that they've found a way to overcome to solve the problem of crossing the river. Now, we've been using, the ships that people send across are spotted. The river's lit like daylight from now until eternity. The bridge is warded off. And we've been keeping them out just by not letting them come to our side. Our ballistas, our catapults, our spellcasters have kept them at bay. But this, whatever we call it, this item that they've discovered, this device, this spell, whatever it is, allows them to open a portal from one side of the river to the other side of the river. And they have been unleashing all manner of hell beasts on us. Or maybe they've been opening portals from our side of the river to another dimension, but strange creatures have been coming out.
Such as? Can you
Displacer
describe them?
beasts. Creatures that are not here nor there. They exist somewhere in between. They're fuzzy to look at. Long tentacles filled with spikes on the end. We've lost about a dozen men to them so far. Managed to keep them at bay.
My armor kind of like jingles as I seem a little bit nervous. You can hear the clanking.
It would be most beneficial to our war effort if you could find the source of these portals and shut them down. Now, that probably means going to... that definitely means going to the source, and that river is not crossable. We've been trying for 30 years to get people across that river with no success. So this is what my sages have recommended. The next time one of their devices activates and they let their beasts of hell through, you should go through as well. Find the device, destroy it, and if you can, get out in time. I would probably not want to be left anywhere on the other side of that, so make sure you can escape or prepare to lay down your lives.
I kind of look back at the party. How's everyone reacting to this facial gesture wise, or who are you looking at? I'm trying to get a read on everyone.
I look completely confident and unshaken.
Wojtek and Marius, what do you guys look like? Same?
I'm actually looking at Leah's butt.
Marius?
I'm very confused. I haven't heard of these magical portals before.
Okay, so I kind of look back and see two people look kind of confused, and Leia just looking confident. I just turned back to the general. I'm just like, shall do this at once. Do you know when the next one? You know when that will appear? Show up? Do you know where we should go?
He shakes his head. I do not know when or where specifically. However, the portals produce a large amount of light, so they've been going off in the forests.
Should we go to the forest?
Go to Rustwood. From there, take the logging roads inland to where our current logging efforts are going through. That's where they've been seen. We've lost... I said we lost 12 men. Half of them were loggers, half of them were soldiers. There are many beasts that patrol those woods that have been clear for some time now, and our logging efforts cannot continue. And if we can't keep logging, we can't keep producing bows and arrows and spears and slings and walls and doors and...
All things made of wood.
We need the wood. We need the wood. He just exclaimed like loud.
General
Yes.
Osborne, we shall do it.
We'll get the wood.
Excellent.
We'll do it.
Do you, by any chance, have a repertoire of spells that could be useful for this mission?
I kind of like 180.
When
to
you-
Leia.
We will not be releasing our spell books to you until we
General,
are
I'm
beyond
please.
certain.
I'm sorry. Misspoke. She did. I'm sorry.
Of course.
I turned to Leia and I just like go like that, like no.
I just give him a look like,
I
Head
go-
to Rustwood.
yeah.
Head south from there. Good luck in the woods.
General, sorry to enter. Horses, transportation. You got them? I do not have a horse.
There's a supply train headed to Rustwood. You can hop a ride with them.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
And if
you,
they
sir.
can't hop, then I'll at least roll them onto it.
Yes. I just kind of like bow down, and you see me kind of like as I reach the end of the bow, I kind of lean too far forward as if I can't support myself. Then pull back real quick.